In this video, I'm going to show you how to add student names to your noteCounselor account. You can add student names one at a time, and you can also import them one list at a time. I'm going to show you how to edit names and how to manage names from year to year. So first we're going to go to the tabs up here, and we're going to select the tab Students. And this is the area where we're going to manage all of our student names. And what you'll notice is that a list of names comes up here. These are my active students, the active accounts that I have right now. Over here, I have a list of inactive students. Inactive students are students who have moved on to the next school or who maybe just moved in general, but they don't go to my school anymore, so I don't need to keep them in my list of names that I use every day, so I don't need to scroll through thousands of names. I still need their names in there because I may need to go back and view my notes for a student from a few years ago. But also, I still want the data of what I've done with that student so that, maybe I want to go back and look at comparing my year 3 years ago to my year this year as far as what I've been spending my time doing. So that information still stays in there. I just inactivate the names so I don't have to scroll through thousands of names. So I'm going to go back to active students. And I'm going to add one student. So I'm going to click on this button here, Add Student, and I'm just going to type in a name. And submit. And she will show up alphabetically. I need to actually select a larger number here so that I can see more than 10 names on one page. And there she is. So she's shown up alphabetically. So that's how I would add one student, if I had a kid coming in the middle of the year. But usually what I want to do at the beginning of each school year, if I have a whole new grade of kids, I want to add all of their names. So I'm going to select this same button. And then I'm going to get a list of my student names. And so I've created a list here of just some fake names just to show you. And notice that they don't have to be in any particular order. They're not alphabetical. I have them in the format of first name and last name because that's what I have all of my other student names in. So I just want to make sure it's consistent, but it doesn't have to be in order. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all of these names and I'm going to copy them. Now I'm using a PC, so I'm just going to use the shortcut Control-C, but whatever program you're working, you can find the copy feature in your toolbars. Going back to my noteCounselor student screen, click the same Add Students button, and I'm just going to paste all those names in. Again, not in any particular order, just the format I want, and then submit. Okay, so I did get an error because one of the names already is in my database and it doesn't allow me to make duplicates. So that's a good thing. It does not want me to have any duplicate names, so I'm just going to delete this one. Or maybe she's another student that has the same first and last name, so I would just add her middle name so that I know what student I am entering notes for. So let's try that again. There we go. So now there's my student that I just changed the name, and all of my other students that I added are in here, and they have been placed in alphabetical order among the other names. And there's that last one. Now, let's say that I want to edit a student's name. For example, the example I gave you that somebody came in with the same name and I wanted to add their middle name. Or maybe a student has changed their name in the middle of the year. What I'm going to do is just select this little pencil icon beside their name and I can change it to whatever I want and hit update, and then it's going to update that name in my database for me. Sometimes that one can take a little bit longer. Now, when I get to the end of a year and I want to inactivate students, I can do that a couple of different ways. So let's say I need to inactivate just one student because she has moved. Let's say Alice has moved. I'm just going to select her name, move to inactive. It's going to make sure I'm sure that I want to do that. Yes, I'm sure. There she goes, and I can find her over here, right there. Now, what if it's the end of the school year and I've got several kids I need to inactivate? I can select multiple kids here. And then use this button. And now all of them have been moved to inactive, and I can scroll down to find them. Or I can just simply start typing in their name. There she is. Maybe she moved and came back, so perhaps I want to move her back to active. Yes, I'm sure. There she is. And that's how you manage names in noteCounselor.